Welcome to the Cottack Workshop. It's been a few weeks since we've done a video. Doesn't mean we haven't been busy. However, a lot of it's been workshop upgrades and changes, which I will show you. But today I want to show you some of the restorations that we've got coming up and make a start on those. So the first one is this lovely walking stick with a bone handle, silver, and possibly made out of holly that we're going to clean up and restore, and there's an interesting story behind that. So here we have a walking stick from certainly the 1800s, Victorian. It's got a carved bone handle, possibly horn, like a sheep horn. It's got a silver part here that is very worn but has an engraving on. I'm going to try and be able to show what that is. And then this rather lovely shape, gnarl shape, and then down to a rubber stopper that is worn. Now the owner, who has revealed her age to me, but I'm not going to repeat it on YouTube, but she certainly wants to use this as a walking stick and has asked for a replacement rubber stop, but it needs to be a good support because she's going to use it inside her house and wants to be able to get some support from it. There are some flaking of the finish. There's some darker areas and light areas, and there are a few cracks that are visible, particularly down here at the sort of business end, this long crack here. So I want to certainly stop those from spreading and give them some strength, get a replacement cap, and the request is that we make this sort of a mid-tone, so rather than being super light or super dark, I have scraped a little bit of the wood away. I'm not convinced that it's holly. Holly is the lightest of the hardwoods, but certainly it's a light hardwood, but very strong and rather beautiful. So we'll see what we can do to clean it up. So I've just tidied this rough edge of silver off, just made it a little bit less rough, but it moves, and I'll fix that. What I want to do now is just start scraping off some of this finish so that we can start again. So this is going to be quite a long, slow process. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I want to get off the flecks of the old finish. Okay, so it's now looking a bit more uniform in terms of having been sanded, and now I'm going to focus on these cracks here. I don't think they're super worrying. It's obviously where there's been a bit of pressure at this end, but I do want to fill them with a bit of glue just so that they don't spread. There's a couple further up. So what I'm going to use is CA glue, which is what super glue is as well. This one here is industrial, but it's a high viscosity, so it's quite thick, like a gel. But what I want to use is the GP one, which you can hear is a little bit more liquid. It's less viscous, so that means when I pour it on, it's going to go down into the cracks, into the pore spaces. So what I'm trying to do is get the glue to go down into the pore space. it's not moving at all, which is really good. So let that accelerant just to dry it. Okay, that's filled in quite nicely. And now the next stage is to think about a stain. So we'll start with a light oak, because we're going for something medium, but it's easier to get darker. So we'll just see what this light oak looks like. So that's too light. It's a lovely golden colour, but not what we're going for. Let's try a medium oak. That's this one. No, I think still the base wood is still too light. So we'll try a dark oak, which is what I suspect we're going to need. Oh, that's lovely. Yes, that's the sort of medium tone that we're looking for. So the combination of the dark oak stain and the light wood underneath gives this beautiful, beautiful sort of Harry Potter wand type look. Gosh, that's lovely. So we're going to go for a sort of a French polish shellac. The intended use for this is mainly indoors, but it will have a wax polish on the outside, so it's fine to go outside. But I think a traditional shellac look is what we're looking for, rather than, say, a polyurethane. It's coming on quite nicely. It's had a few layers of shellac, and yeah, ready for waxing soon. So we're going to go with a nice beeswax, a premium beeswax polish. This is Gilboy's Rose Gold, and we're going to apply it with some steel wool. It takes about 20 minutes to dry it. Bring up. For something like this, you can also use a brush that you would use to clean shoes, just to get into the nooks and crannies, but in this case the wire wool's doing okay. So there we have it. A lovely 150-year-old walking stick. Okay, so that was a great story. But what about this inscription? It's been on my mind quite a lot, and I've taken a lot of photographs and cleaned up the silver as much as I can. But it's like something out of The Lord of the Rings. What I've done is taken a lot of photographs close up and then stitched them together in a software application, and we're going to try and see if we can get to the bottom of it. It's quite a mystery. Let's see. So let's just give a sense of scale here. So that is 3/4 of an inch or 22 mil right the way across. And just zero this. And the of which is 2 letters, about 2 millimeters. So 2 letters, so it's about a millimeter, 0.04 of an inch for 2 letters, and I'm trying to decipher the wording all the way across. Presented St Andrews of Parish and School, Tulloch, something of evening class. John Tulloch, 1823 to 1886, was a Scottish theologian. He was Professor of Theology at St Andrews University, and his biography has a long section on his thoughts regarding parish schools. So there we have it. Did it belong to the Reverend John Tulloch? Who knows? But it's a lovely, lovely piece of history and a lovely restored walking stick. Hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.